Now we're going to move on to the evaluations portion of the meeting. I would like to invite up Tim Wilson to evaluate Michael on his icebreaker. Tim.
What would it like to be a plane jumping as your job? Or to put plane jumping on your resume? Michael, you have an amazing life, an amazing story to tell us. It's just fascinating. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, most distinguished guests, especially Michael. The one thing that comes through in Michael's speech is humor. There's a lot of humor in your speech. The guy says, what do you want to do when you're not jumping out of airplanes? I mean, that was really well said. Some of the other comments you had in there too. Humor is great because it pulls us in. And there we're giving a speech. If we can mention a few humorous things there, bounce off the audience's reaction, it can help. It pulls everybody in. And you have a hook. It's nice when you have a hook in your speech. You say, one thing I'm going to tell you is not true. So everybody's going to have to listen to the entire speech and say, okay, what is it that's not true? It's really effective, it's really simple, and it gets everybody involved in your speech all the way through. And vocal variety. Most important thing when we're speaking is a sound conversation. Sound comfortable. Sound like we're having a talk. Like we talk to anybody. Not like we're sitting up here and formally talking or reading things we've already, that just doesn't work. It's got to be comfortable, it's got to be smooth. You have that part down. You're clearly comfortable in front of the crowd, fairly smooth when you're talking. The thoughts about development. One thing that I think about in these speeches is the importance of the grabber. Right at the very beginning, you want to catch the audience's attention. Because the one thing I always say is you have 30 seconds to get the audience's attention. And in that 30 seconds, you either get them, grab them, or you lose them. And that's pretty much it. And it took a little bit of time to get it. Just jump right into the main point. Immediately, dive into it. Eye contact, too. Eye contact is tempting to kind of use the sprinkler system, this sort of rotating fan, and kind of look at the audience like this. But one person, one thought. Connect in, say what you have to say, and move to the next person, talk to them, the next person, and talk to them. Really, it's more effective, and you really communicate with people that way. And most people around them will feel like you're talking to them too. And then finally, hands. One thing you'll find is a big believer in hands. And your resting position is kind of here, and that's a closed position. It cuts people off. Instead, I really strongly suggest to everybody to have a resting position here. It opens you up to the audience, and it makes you look more accessible and not distant. Humor, hook, and vocal variety are strengths. Your grabber, your eye contact, your hands, I think, are areas for improvement. Michael, your speech really made me aware of the importance of taking risks in life. Mr.